another day, another Paul brother W. No, I'm just kidding. This is Cringe. Jake Paul launched a deodorant called W, and I just want to go over it. It's really cringe, but I don't think it's meant for me. YouTubers launching like random products that aren't really like in tandem with their brand has been like a thing for you in YouTube for a long time. Like people launching candy and people launching, I don't know, like games and stuff like that. So like him launching an item like deodorant isn't really that like off-brand of his brother Logan launching Lunchly, Prime and shit like that, but him launching deodorant and calling it W is just so cringe to me. Obviously, like, I'm not his target demographic, and I think all of his viewers are kids. That's why they fell for like all those like crypto scams and stuff. And I mean, the kids who are gonna be buying a deodorant called W, get quote unquote getting those W's, they're definitely like teenagers, like kids going through puberty who are like, I'm stank and I need some deodorant, let me go buy Jake Paul's. I will give them credit though, it is not outrageously expensive. Like when I first heard of this and before I looked it up on the website, I thought it was going to be egregiously overpriced, but credit to Jake Paul and his team, it is not that bad. From what I see here, it's like $7, and I'm assuming that's American. So like that'd be like what, like $10 Canadian, which is still expensive. That's an expensive piece of deodorant, but it is not as bad as I thought it would be, because there's stuff like Native. Native has $20 deodorant, 20 Canadian dollars, which would be like what, 15 US dollars, which is insane for a little fucking bar of deodorant. So going over what they have on their website, I mean, the whole marketing is just super cringe. It's like, to me, it feels like 90s, early 2000s advertising to like teenage boys. So apparently their original scent smells like a lemon tree, a crisp green apple, and some fresh mint got together and said, let's get it. First off, that is super fruity. I mean, is that really that manly of a smell though, to get those W's? That sounds like a pretty feminine smell. Lemon, green apple, and mint. I mean, that just sounds like a Dove body wash for women. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea what this smells like. I haven't yet to see it. Maybe if I go to a Walmart, they'll have it, but I doubt it because I'm in Canada. And then the next line is just like, it's where I draw the line. It's where I just really want to talk about it. It says, W's 24/7. Like, what? Like, again, it's for like the teenage boys, like the young teenage boys who are like, yeah, let's get this W. First off, getting the quote-unquote W hasn't been like a real thing in mainstream for years, where high school kids would be like, yeah, let's get this W or whatever. And to me, it's just super cringe. Now, their big thing, or one of their big things that I saw, is that like, oh yeah, our deodorant still has aluminum, because like the whole big trend of, hey, deodorants are killing you because they have like aluminum in them. What is aluminum? I don't know. I think it's like, I don't know if it's like aluminum dust or some type of chemical that includes aluminum, but apparently like a lot of bigger brands like Native and stuff is like, yeah, we're aluminum free. Jake Paul is outright coming out and being like, yeah, ours has aluminum, and that's good. Because apparently, according to the Jake Paul thing, I don't know if this is true, I need to look it up, but they said that the aluminum is what basically helps you from like not sweating and keeping it on your pits for the whole day. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they say. And I mean, fair enough, I'm perfectly fine with aluminum being in my deodorant. If my deodorant kills me in 20 years, that's perfectly fine. I don't really give a shit. As long as I smell decent and I don't smell like BO, then I'm happy, okay? And just like a weird YouTuber, like early 2000s marketing shit, they have their own X account and they're just posting cringe there too. Like they have a mascot that's dressed up as a deodorant bottle and just doing like weird tricks. And then they have this cringe thing being like saying something like, this could be you, where they're going over these like steps where it's like, step 1, post a W. Step 2, tag us. Step 3, fame. And then they have a giant like disclosure at the bottom, probably saying that, like, yeah, you probably won't be famous. We might not see your thing, but you know, you could possibly be tweeted out by this account that has 1,700 followers. So, you know, pretty big account. And I mean, am I going to say that this product is a scam? Of course not. It's a deodorant. It's in Walmart and stuff, just like all those like real legit products that these YouTubers are coming out with, like Lunchly, Prime and all that. Like, it's a legit product. It's not a scam. But it is also just almost purely marketing. Like if you're a normal person, you're probably not going to go to the store and buy a Feastables, or you're not going to go buy a Lunchly, just like how you're not going to go buy a W unless you know Jake Paul, or unless you like actually smell it and you're like, oh wow, this smells good, let me try it, and then you start to like it. But the original push is all just marketing, being like, I like Logan Paul, I know of it, let me try it, let me smell it, and if you like it, then yeah, go buy it. So like, it's obviously not a scam like all of his countless crypto scams, but I mean, hey, it's something cringe, and I just really wanted to talk about it. Just another Paul brother dropping something. This is like proof with like, no matter how many shitty things you do, if you just ignore it and push past it, you can just do anything. You can literally do anything. With enough fame and money, you can just do anything. The amount of garbage that the Paul brothers have done, okay, the amount of shit, and like, I'm not a hater to them. I'm also not someone who loves them, but they have done some outrageous things in the past, okay, of course. Even recently, they've done some outrageous stuff, and they keep going. They keep releasing stuff. Jake Paul also owns now, like, a betting company, and actually, I found out today that their betting company, I think it's called, like, Better or something, is actually sponsoring the Talk to a podcast. And like, the whole media group behind that is like behind the whole Talk to a podcast, which is crazy, a crazy connection, Jake Paul and the Talk to a girl. But I mean, he sees it as like a trend, he sees it as making him money, and that's what he's doing. At the end of the day, it comes down to the whole like, YouTube is becoming a lot more commercialized, and like, that's perfectly fine. I don't really give a shit. If you want to make a product, then make a product. But you can obviously tell that like, I doubt like Jake Paul is super passionate about deodorant, or Logan Paul is super passionate about drinks or Lunchables, but they see it as something that their demographic would want to buy, and they're pushing that, and that's what it is. Like, again, like I said near the start of this video, Jake Paul's audience is probably like young teen boys, or like, I guess young men, but I don't know anybody above the age of 20 who's like a Jake Paul fan, because why would you be? And so like, all these kids going through puberty are like, I need some deodorant, mom, go buy me some W. And then they post like a fucking selfie with it being like, let's get this W, and it's just cringe. It's just all cringe, and at the end of the day, that's it. I just wanted to point and laugh at this because it's really funny. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. See ya.